Good day, brothers and sisters. This is your host, Job Moraka from Marang Spiritual Ministries. Brothers and sisters, today I'm tackling a very sensitive topic. I should have tackled this topic long time ago, but because I was not given the go-ahead to do it, I couldn't do it. Brothers and sisters, you can take everything away from me, but not obedience. I will stick to obedience and I will stick to the latter of the biblical principles for whatever that I do or say. If I saw something and I've got the interpretation wrong, it's okay. I've got the interpretation wrong, but it doesn't detract from the fact that I saw. The Lord showed me. So today, brothers and sisters, I want to talk about the Pope. I think this conversation is long overdue. And again, the same lady who asked me about a certain prophet in South Africa asked me this question, and I believe that the time is now right for me to speak about the Pope. So, brothers and sisters, let me be clear about something. I separate the Roman Catholic Church as a church from the current Pope, Pope Francis. So the lady asked me a question. She said, is Pope Francis a man of God or not? That is the question that she asked me. And I will answer that question truthfully and honestly today. And I am going to answer it according to what I see the men stand for and also what has been revealed to me in the realm of the Spirit. Let me first start by saying that apart from this lady, I am compelled by the 1.3 billion people who subscribe to Roman Catholic Church and they see the Pope as their spiritual leader. So brothers and sisters, last year the Lord revealed certain things about the deceased Pope. I think he was Benedict the 16th, if the Roman figures are not escaping me. Benedict the 16th, the Pope who passed recently, I think in 2022. So he revealed certain things about that particular Pope, which I hold dear. I hold whatever that he revealed to me very dear. And these revelations were clearly not meant for the world. They were meant for me. And the correlation that was drawn between me and that particular Pope, may his soul rest in peace. I don't know, perhaps one day I'll be allowed to speak about everything that was revealed to me about that particular Pope. Now, let's fast track. The only problem that I have, and I will call it a problem because let me be fair, I have always resisted going to any Roman Catholic church, the buildings and so on. Even before I knew Christ, I never wanted to go. And now that I know Christ, I don't want to go. The reason why I don't want to go, brothers and sisters, is that I seem to be getting this feeling, and I know that this is not right, but I seem to be getting this feeling that there is too much idolatry within the Roman Catholic system, because I hear them talk about Mary the Virgin, I hear them talk about St. Peter, St. Paul, all of these people, what do we call them, the saints that lived or that walked on the face of this earth centuries ago. They seem to be given a lot of prominence. And brothers and sisters, that is a deal breaker for me because I know what I was told about idolatry. So that is the reason why I haven't been to any facility of the Roman Catholic Church. Not because I don't want to go, I simply get concerned when I hear stuff like that Jesus is like one of them. There's Mary the Virgin and also there are these other people who were like you and me. The difference is that they died many years ago. So that is the only reason why I'm saying that to the 1.3 billion people, I'm saying that that is the only thing that concerns me in as far as the church is concerned. It was a discussion between Jesus and the young ruler, the rich young ruler. And we know what the discussion was all about, that he said that he keeps all the commandments. And Jesus said, go and sell. If you want to be perfect, go and sell whatever riches that you had or assets and come and follow me. And he got upset, or he got sad, and the disciples asked him a question: who actually go to heaven? If this guy who keeps all the commandments and everything can't go to heaven, because you say it's hard for a rich man to go to heaven. So they asked him that question. And I will never ever forget the passage where Jesus said, with God, everything is possible, but with men, of course, nothing seems possible. So to the 1.3 billion Roman Catholic Church members, I'm giving you that particular verse to say that I'm not here to condemn you or to judge you, but with God, everything is possible. However, I do have to say this: he does hate idolatry. That's the end of my message for the 1.3 billion people that subscribe to the Roman Catholic Church. Now let me come to Pope Francis. Brothers and sisters, I saw a vision. I've already spoken about it. The vision that I saw, clearly I saw a dragon entering a church in Europe, and that church, I can now mention it, it is the Roman Catholic Church. So clearly I saw a dragon enter that church. I was surprised, so I started paying attention to what was going on around the Roman Catholic Church, in particular its leader, its spiritual leader, the Pope. And there are things, brothers and sisters, that are not pleasing to the eye in as far as the current Pope is concerned. I don't have to go through each and every one of them, but he seems to have departed from sound doctrine. He seems to be saying things on his own without counsel. He seems to be a loose cannon. He's talking about the one world religion, and recently, I think it was last week, he insinuated, I think it's all over the news in Europe, he insinuated that there are several paths to what we call God. And of course, brothers and sisters, that the Bible is very clear that Jesus is the only way. So if he's pushing for one world religion, he's saying there are several ways to God. He's even advocating for same-sex marriages. The list goes on and on and on, brothers and sisters. You tell me whether somebody who is against God-inspired words is a man of God. Are you going to say that? Somebody who is clearly against God-inspired words, or the words of God, or the words of Christ, is that person for God or against God? My answer is simple: he is not for God. So I've answered you. The lady who asked me the question, he's on a tangent, he's on his own. He is not for God. And as I said, let's separate him from the Roman Catholic Church itself. Now let me tell you, I said I will talk about the man himself and what I've seen about the man in the realm of the spirit. So what I've seen about the man in the realm of the spirit is also not pleasing. I have seen the Pope in the presence of the Antichrist, and I know, I've got no doubt in my mind that he is very much involved in the initial initiation of the Antichrist, and I must say that he has done a good job, because he is now in the office, and he knows, I know, we've seen each other, and I know I'm talking about intangible things, but he's the man of the spirit. He knows that I wouldn't make it up. He knows. I've seen him. So I saw him. He played a very critical role in doing that. I saw him too when he visited me, and he knows who he was with. They visited me, both of them, and he knows the answer that I gave him. I gave him a straight answer that he knows the God that I serve. So my point being what? My point is that without any shadow of doubt, the Pope and I are not serving the same God. I'm not saying he's serving the right one or I'm serving the right one. I'm just saying we're not serving the same God, and it's okay. He goes left, I go right, or I go right, he goes left. So to answer you, finally, my answer without any hesitation, without any shadow of doubt, if you and I are talking about the God of the Bible, the God of heavens, the I am, the God without limitations, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Moses, if you and I, my dear lady, are talking about that same God, and you're asking me that question to say, is he of that same God? My answer, without any shadow of doubt, categorically no. So he's not. He is not serving the same God. So that is my answer. And I can go on and on about the revelations that the Lord has showed me about this particular Pope. But perhaps the timing is not yet right. But I believe I've given you enough. I have given you enough to start thinking about it, to internalize it, to pray about it. And as I said, differentiate the people of the Roman Catholic Church from the Pope. Your host, Job Moraga from Marang Spiritual Ministries. Thank you and goodbye.